Or good afternoon. Hello. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to checking out the Venezia, because that's what I was looking at doing. This one ship I haven't checked out. I haven't played since the patch, so looking forward to you guys' opinions on it. Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome aboard. Happy hump day. Happy May 1st. Thanks again for being here. Morning. Hey, Dave. Permission granted. Welcome on board, Dave. First things first, though, make sure not to forget your daily container. Don't forget your daily. You know what day it is? What day is it? Mike, what day is it? Come on, exclamation mark hump day in chat. Let's go. Get on it, chat. Exclamation mark hump day.
Hump day! Hump day! Yeah!
There you go. Alright, so first things first, though, you can only get the Venezia through the Research Bureau. We'll take a look at some of the ships that you're going to be gated by. Gated meaning that you have to have that ship in order for you to advance the next part. So the first one is the Zara. So you'll need the Zara, which I believe is part of the actual tech tree line. So there's the Zara, and then there's the Amalfi you're gonna need. And unfortunately, yes, you do need the tier 8 as well, Brindisi. Oh, my camera's in the way. So you need the Brindisi for the very close to the last part of the section. So the Brindisi, the Amalfi, and then Zara are your gated ships, meaning that you need to have these guys available in your, at least in your port, in order for you to get past those sections of the Research Bureau. So keep that in mind once you start this up. And if you take a look at the tech tree line, Italian, you will see that you basically start up from right here, the Montecuccoli, Trento, Zara, Amalfi, and Brindisi. These are the three right here. So if you're looking to get the Venezia, make sure you start working on your Italian cruiser line already. Basically, on the PC version, the Zara, the Amalfi, and the Brindisi are your 7, 8, and 9 equivalents, and then your Venezia is your tier 10. So it's basically, you're kind of just getting the legendary tier 10 version of the Brindisi. You'll see there's not big difference between the Brindisi and the Venezia as far as just actually getting more guns. I think the reload time might be a little bit longer because of the amount of reload times, but generally the sap rounds, the torpedoes that you get, the rolling smoke is the same as the Brindisi. So if you play the Brindisi, you'll have a general idea how the Venezia plays, but obviously the Venezia is legendary. Brindisi is a tier 8. So you'll always have legendary rounds if you decide to go with the Venezia, of course. So let me plug in a couple ships here to get this Research Bureau started. I need a tier 5 ship. I need Lione. And I need Omaha or Matsuki. Neither of them are premiums. We'll go with the Omaha. So Lione and a tier 5. We're gonna do these in quick little co-op battles. Isn't the Lione a tier 5? Italian destroyer premium. Yeah, it is. Good. So we can take care of two different things on the Research Bureau already, just by running the Lione and then taking care of both the tier 5 and the Lione requirement too. So, what do I have? Yeah, let's go. We'll do it. Knight PGK, Sakura's Chick, and Jane and Crow. Hello there. Permission granted. Welcome aboard, Knight PGK and Sakura's Chick. Hello, Destrawler. Welcome back. Nothing fancy on this one just yet. I just kind of want to get the Research Bureau wins out of the way, and then we'll jump up to the Amalfi here. Not Amalfi, the Venezia. Starship Coopers, permission granted. Welcome aboard. What's crazy though is that Leone is on the Research Bureau this early, coinciding with the event that you have actually right now.
Tutti ai posti di combattimento.
Do you think it's just coincidence that some of these ships are aligned with certain events that start up? No, it's not coincidental. You can actually kind of look ahead in the Research Bureau to see what kind of events you might have in the future. Because generally these Research Bureaus take, what, 2 months, roughly, to get a hold of? That's how long it took me to get the Z25, or Z52, sorry. And also the Vermont. One thing about the Leone though is that your smoke charge is standard. It is not your rolling smoke.
Rilasciata cortina fumogena.
Incrociatore nemico distrutto.
Hey Starship Coopers. Permission granted, welcome aboard. Welcome to May 1st.
Abbiamo distrutto un incrociatore
La
nemico.
squadra è in vantaggio.
She was going by too fast. True. True.
Siluri dritti di poppa. La nostra vittoria è vicina.
I think we can actually get this cap point now.
La nostra vittoria è vicina.
All right. That should take care of our Tier 5 and our Leone win that we're looking for the Research Bureau. We need one more, and it's going to be the Omaha. We should be done for the Research Bureau wins for today. And that also counts toward one of my Tier 5 premiums, I think. 'Cause we haven't got to that yet either. Alright. Yep, clear that out, and then if we Go take off the tier 5 and the Italian and destroyer. We should have one ship remaining, Omaha. Let's get her out of the way. Once we get the Omaha out of the way, I'll take a look back at the Research Bureau and kind of see what other ships are in line for it in the future. I do see some posts on Reddit about like the Centurion and how close it is to the Marco Polo. The Marco Polo did get an actual slight buff, so that means I think what they ended up doing is they still copied it over pretty much exact same ship. Although someone does say that the turret rotation is a little faster. May have to take a look at that. Maybe there was a commander that maybe you didn't have it on one and commander on the other. It's probably what that person had, is didn't have the commander available to plug into the Centurion, where they had the commander to plug in on the Marco Polo.
We must be free, not because we claim freedom, but because we practice it.
You guys remember our Omaha shootouts? Going in the training room and only doing Omaha, Marbleheads, Mermanks, Rattleheads, and Marblehead Limas. Everybody was shooting each other. Those AP rounds, man, you get those APs because the Omahas have 152mm cannons. Get those broadsides
Cruiser
on
in view.
cruisers. Citadeling monster, man.
Destroyer spotted. Expertly struck. Cruiser spotted. Torpedoes on the left. Torpedoes to the left. Protectors on right. Torpedoes on the left. Our protectors return. Stem the breach. Hold back the tide.
Hold back the tide.
Repairs complete.
Stem the breach.
Our ship is aflame.
Run her out? No.
We
I might
got
keep
their
turning.
destroyer. Protectors are ready. The scales tip in our favor. Aircraft carrier spotted. Enemy cruiser is sinking quickly.
Get off my lawn.
AP rounds out for the kid off. Let's go. Oh yeah.
Enemy cruiser is sinking quickly. victory is self-evident. Our protectors return. We stand victorious.
We stand victorious. Alright, 4 minutes left on our stream readers. Alright, so that takes care of 2 things on the research, but actually 3, but 2 rounds. All mods are pretty fun ships sometimes, so just be careful with them, as you show too much broadside to other cruisers, and you go blap as well. Okay, so Venezia and we can't really take a look at the ships again. Okay. So we know the Leone is part of the daily trials, and then Duca d'Aosta, Mahan Trento tier 6. And then here we're gonna need Monaghan tier 6 ships, Avery. So we're gonna do the Italian destroyers in here, but they tend to keep at least a cruiser pretty much on the first couple of tries. This is Zara. That's when you start to go up to the tier 7 ships. So Gorizia is in here in the Zara Azure Lane, where my camera's at, and then the Akatsuki. So another premium, or not but another destroyer. Seems like every round there's a destroyer. So there's the Maya. So it's interesting how they included the Maya this time. So that's a Japanese. So there's 2 Japanese ships in here. It says the Miyoko and the Maya are both available in a couple of weeks for your research bureau. So there might be something to do again on maybe another Japanese cruiser mission or something in the future. There's that Amalfi again. And then we go to Baltimore, and then Celtic and Azure Lane, Baltimore, and then Rochester. And we go straight to the tier legendary destroyers and tier 8 ships. So basically, once you cross this threshold right here for the Amalfi, from there on out, your research bureau goes tier 8s and legendaries. And there seems like there's 2 more US ships there too, so we might have another. Oh, that could be 4th of July. That can probably line up to the 4th of July coming up soon for this section, maybe. Well, it's still 2 months from now though, but still. Legendary tier cruisers, tier 8 ships again, Sicilia, Cindy Brady, and Fletcher. Starting to see a bit of a pattern here, so they don't only just do cruisers, but a lot of destroyers are lined up with this research bureau. Then we get to the Brindisi. So the Brindisi, and then the Ibuki, and again another Udachi, and then the legendary tier carriers and Sumner. So two destroyers in here, 2 cruisers, and 1 carrier. And then last part of section is going to be Buffalo. So Buffalo, Adriatico, Puello, Emilio, and then tier legendary tier battleships. So do you see the theme here? Mostly cruisers and destroyers for most of this entire research bureau, actually, with the occasional carrier, with the occasional extra cruiser, and the occasional battleship selection here for 125. All in all, I think it's still going to take about a good probably 2 months here to get this one cleared off as well. If you're diligent and do your dailies every day, you might get a little bit more earlier. But again, though, you're going to need Zara, Brindisi, and Amalfi before you can get into this far enough, because you're going to need this as a daily win. Hey, Hoagie. So keep that in mind if you decide to go up to the Venezia. You want to probably also go up the Italian cruiser line at the same time, because you're going to get gated on that, and you're not going to be able to run it or continue it. Ships 200 foot, so 450 ribbons, all that good stuff. I think it's time to start setting up the Brindisi, or not Brindisi, the Venezia. I have the Venezia for a good 2 weeks, so if in the event that you guys want to come back and check it out again, you're more than welcome to. Before I get too deep into this, let's get that stream rares out of the way real quick. Hoagie, permission granted. Welcome aboard, Hoagie. All right, here we go. Alright, anybody looking for Barbarian, Saint, or Bomber Scrolls? Barbarian, Saints, or Bomber Scrolls are available for you guys. 100 channel points each. Bomber, Barbarian, or Saints. 100 channel points. If there's no interest, then I will randomize them. Going once. Helgi, permission granted. Welcome aboard. Hello there. Going twice. And sold. Okay, let's get the next one going. So I need 2 more Barbarian placements. I need 3 more healer placements. Like we have an events container, or no, skins container coming up. This will be a good map to put a healer down. Absolutely. Hey, place what you want with me here in the middle. Let's get back into ships. So, what do we have? 51,800 hit points, 203s, and you have 5x3, so 15 203s, 55 calibers. Looks like it's 16 kilometers by default, 25.7 seconds, and 19-second reload time by default. Torpedoes are the 533 standards, 71-second reload time. Interesting on this thing, though, it is 13.5 kilometers for it. I think the concealment is 12.3. So you can get away with doing stealth torping if need be. Obviously, defensive AA is 83. It's pretty good. And then 69 on the maneuverability, 760 meters, and then 13.6 seconds on the rudder shift time, 36.6 knots. Hey, Rip Toxic, hello there. One of the things I wanted to check, though, before we get in too far into the Venezia, let me check that Centurion again. So the Centurion with the same commander. Turret rotations 33 seconds. Marco Polo, same commander. 33 seconds. No, there's no difference. Okay, so the turret rotation has no difference on the Marco Polo and the Centurion. I think someone did not have a commander on one ship and then not have a commander on the other. So if I were to take this and probably give it something else, I bet you it would be different. Yeah, 42.4 seconds. So there's a big difference on the commander. Depending on the commander you place in there, your turn rotations of the Marco Polo or Centurion will differ. So when I put the commander, the specific commander, and it's probably because of the skills that it has. It's probably this one. Yeah. Cruiser and battleship guns traverse speed 1.2 seconds, or 1.2 degrees per second. So makes a big difference on that. Yeah. So the commander will make a big difference in your turret rotation, by the way, for both your Marco Polo and your Centurion. But they essentially are the same turret rotation. So, like I said, I thought someone put that in there, and I was like, you know what? You're probably missing a commander on one of those. Alright, Venezia. So what kind of cruiser captain should I plug in for the Venezia? Who do I have for my Napoli? So Francesco Membelli. And Ding Chuchang, so the main battery reload time. I wonder if I can get that guy up. Gunslinger. I'll do the same thing, Francesco Membelli. The problem is, though, is that the Venezia does not have high explosives. So anything that we can do to remove HE would be better. AP shell bomb penetration, perfectly fine. Full speed ahead. Behind the curtain, your ship's detectable range after firing main battery guns inside a smoke screen, negative 10% increased incoming damage to shells, torpedoes, bombs while you're inside a smoke screen, negative 10. Smoke screen dissipation time plus 5%. Or we could do sponge. Let's do this one. So basically it's reduced damage, actually. The smoke screen dissipation plus 5%. Let's do this one instead, actually. Steering gears, acoustic, and smoke on the water. Smoke on the water. Smoke screen dissipation time plus 8%. Smoke screen deployment time plus 8. Sonar charges. There's no sonar on the Venezia, I think. No sonar on the Venezia, so that wouldn't work out for it. I'm actually going to go with that one. Rudder shift time is negative 7%. And then fully packed give us additional hit point repair charge. I want to check out Qingdang here. See if I can Ding Chung Ran Chong. Sorry, Ding Rushang. Qingdang, it's the wrong captain. You. Can I upgrade you somehow? No, I can't do that, but I can do this. Okay, so that brings it up from 3.4 to 3.6 on the reload time. Okay. That will affect us on inspirations for both for the Membelli. Alright, so the Venezia does have an option to go HEs and SAP rounds. That is something very, very unique to the console only. So the high explosives 16.8 seconds for the reload time, 2900, 15% chance of fire with 16 kilometers. Now if you were to plug in this one instead, that should bring you SAP rounds at 18.5 seconds and 5200 SAP damage per shell, 16 kilometers, and then still got armor piercing rounds. Kind of a long time for the reload, even if I do have the commander down, so it could have been like 22 seconds based off the reload time. Oof. We'll do SAP rounds first for this demonstration before we switch over to HE and see which one's really more effective. 16 kilometers is still pretty far for our ship already, so I don't think we're just needing to go for gun range. But I would more go for a reload time, even if the turn rotation is going to be slower. So with that, gun reload time brings it down to 16.6 seconds. That's a little more better for that. And then upgrades here to rudder shift time. We'll just take a look at the rudder shift time before I do this. 12.2 seconds on the rudder shift time. That's probably with some captain skills too. If we do the... oh, that's concealment. Sorry, wait. Hold on. Wrong one. Wrong one! Go back to specs. Concealment's 12.3 on without, and then base is 12.3. And then when you're firing, it'll be 16 kilometers, of course. And then it says while firing and smoke is 7 kilometers. Let's plug in our concealment mod. And what that did is now it's down to 11.1 kilometers, still 7 kilometers within smoke charge. The reason why I keep bringing it up to 7 kilometers is because even if you pop a smoke and you're in your smoke rolling with it, if there's a ship within 7 kilometers and a line of sight of you, you're going to get spotted. I was in the middle of battle, so random was fine for you on stream mirrors. Good. So we're 11.1 kilometers now for detectability. That's what that mod does. And then steering gears, we're at what, 12.2 for the steering gears for the rudder shift time responsiveness. Now it's down to 9.5 seconds. It takes 9.5 seconds for your rudder to get completely all the way from middle to one direction. And that's good for basically maneuverability. I noticed also too that our maximum speed had bumped up to 38.4 knots. I think that's probably a captain's skill that was in play. And yeah, AA secondary. I don't think you want to go with secondaries. We can also negate our turn rotation by putting this on, or we can go with better accuracy. We'll go with better accuracy. Alright, so there was a flag that was available yesterday, and it's this one. Koinobori. I saw this on somebody else's stream, and I was like, that looks pretty cool. So it's a kind of a see-through flag. It's kind of hard to see on this because you can't really get close to it. But it's a two-part flag. 2 koi fish. And it has a center that's kind of invisible there. Or transparent. There it is. You probably see a little better there. So it's above the Italian flag. It's 2 koi fish. That was a code that was released yesterday on social media. If you guys want it, I can post it in chat. Oh, I can find it and post it in chat. No permanent camouflage. Since this ship's going to be taken away from me, I'll go ahead and put in a community contributor permanent camouflage, and we're going to go ahead and upgrade this all the way up. There we go. Smokescreen, AA, 3 hit point repairs, 4 fighter planes, sap rounds, torpedoes. Okay. So, are we ready for the first round then? Venezia with sap rounds? Here we go. It does not look like that code was posted in my Discord. I can load it back up on my Twitter account though, and I get it to give it to you guys. Sebastian Breed, hello. Twitter. And it needs to be Legends. And there was a flag. There it is. That is the code. And if you need the link to redeem it, there you are. Alright, looks like we have loaded in. Sea of Fortune, classic map. 2 destroyers, lots of battleships, no carrier. Lucian and Shimakaze.
Ufficiali pronti.
Ufficiali pronti. Alright, so remember that this ship does not have any high explosives. I think there is a, I think there might be secondaries that might be able to give you explosives, but I am not going to test that in close range. Not anytime soon. As you can see, the rudder is quite nice. You will find that the Italian cruisers are very maneuverable. I guess we can know where their rally racing cars and stuff come from that are sporty and stuff like that, and they can turn on a dime. Wonder if they came inherited from building ships with good rudder shift time and engines. Just kidding. I don't know. Concealment's pretty good though. What do we have on the other side? Napoli and Minotaur. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't go into your scoreboard when you're turning. Otherwise you get locked in that turning position. Starting to notice that 16K may be a little short. So I cannot hit that Yamato yet. Well, I am detected because I fired, and this BB is keeping me from turning. Alright, so I got 8 hits on the bow on that ship. Alright, we're gonna let this guy continue to go forward. So we're gonna go ahead and start turning around.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Looks like there's 2 ships on A. Alright, spotted by plane.
Supportate obiettivo alleato.
Alright, Napoli has torpedoes, buddy. There is something else other than Napoli that was here. Yep.
A tutte le unità, concentrare il fuoco sul bersaglio.
Alright, if we time this correctly.
All forces, provide cover for
If half the shots didn't actually hit the island. It should have been a pretty decent hit on that Shimakaze.
Siluri dritti di prua. Caccia in volo.
That's it. It's actually a pretty decent hit.
Generatore di fumo avviato. Alle Kräfte, dieses Ziel decken.
Bounced, huh?
Feuer auf gegnerisches Kriegsschiff konzentrieren. Flotta nemica individuata. Caccia di ritorno.
Freaking running ring around the island with this
Rilasciata
Napoli.
cortina fumogena.
A lot of BBs behind me.
Teammate, I need your support.
Plane's dead. Okay.
L'incrociatore nemico sta colando a picco.
Alright.
Get off my lawn.
So notice what I did there is I aimed only for the stern. When I aimed for the stern, I was able to get good hits on it. The sap rounds penetrated the soft part of the stern. Hey, Cedric.
Requesting support. Incrociatore nemico individuato. Caccia in volo. Feuer auf festgelegtes Ziel konzentrieren.
We do not want to. We do not want to come around this corner. Should be a, I think a Yamato here, right? Yeah.
Generatore di fumo avviato.
Crap.
Avvistato cacciatore.
Nice.
Bel lavoro.
And that's where I kind of wish I had a little bit of range.
Rilasciata cortina fumogena.
What does the code give? See these two kois right here on the top of my ship? Little flag that's got little two kois. Hard to see on this one.
La nostra squadra è in vantaggio.
That's what the code gives. It's a two koi flag. Console only. Free stuff. What does it matter?
La battaglia terminerà tra 5 minuti.
Yeah, you can kind of see it here. I'm in this mode here. Let's see. Right there. So the two koi flags up there on the top right. Part transparent, so it's kind of cool. Okay. So we're not in the lead here very soon if we don't get on a capture point. And what is it? Lucian and Gross occur first.
Caccia in volo.
Alright, one penetration, one broken. Okay. We're gonna hold off on that. GK is looking like a hero. Not getting this, come on, go on, 3, 2, 1. Oh, just in time. Oh, please shoot down that plane. Thank you. Fuck. I think they're gonna get a win now because you don't have enough time, man. This GK is looking like a freaking hero. Couldn't get it. Couldn't get it. GK is looking like a hero on that one. Hey, the German Coast Guard, permission granted. Welcome aboard. I even got 4 kills out of it. Alrighty. Well, second round for the SAP rounds. Ready to go. Actually, what's the time on our stream mirrors? Never mind. It'll just have to hold. Tears the desert. Alright, only one destroyer, lots of soft cruisers. Good, good, good. And of course, a couple BBs out in the range. Mr. Nova Prime.
Tutti ai posti di combattimento.
What do we have? Stalingrad and Zal and Div with an Ohio.
Welcome. Aye, aye, my lord. We need your command.
I'm kind of curious because Venezia can't equip high explosives on the PC, but they can here on the console. And that's 15203. It's on par with pretty much the Zao, is it not?
Siluria prua.
Looks like a Minotaur might be around here. Or
Siluri
Brisbane.
dritti di prua.
Hipsu VT, hello.
Siluri dritti di prua.
Sneaks in and sabotages the ship. Hello, Hipsu. Welcome back. Hit the superstructure of the Zemo. I am detected. How's the ocean seas treating it? Well, oh.
Siluria babordo. Siluria poppa.
We've been spotted.
There's the reason why I don't like to like having ships behind me on my flanks. Alright, so that means there is a destroyer over here. It's likely the gearing. This is kind of where I would like to have that little bit of range, but I don't. Maybe I might go for the range mod for the Venezia.
No can do.
So the reload.
Plans, and I cannot aid you.
Probably gonna get spotted by that gearing here in a moment.
Get back. Retreat from the frozen maw of defeat.
Remember, these are sap rounds, they're not HE, so I'm not gonna start a fire on them. Could possibly do some damage to them though.
Incrociatore nemico individuato.
I might actually just use my smoke to get closer. Oh. Now that's a target we can hit hard. Good, good.
Requesting fire support. Call upon the North's fury to aid us.
Generatore di fumo avviato.
Got him.
Abbiamo distrutto un incrociatore nemico.
So 4 hits as the sap rounds finished him off. Oh. Brisbane. Really soft. Yeah, 4 or 5 ricochet, or what we call it, shatters. All the space, and there's a ship right next to you. Great. Many of the ships have sunk that way. I know. I don't like having ships next to me,
Rilasciata cortina fumogena.
especially if I'm trying to retreat. In the butt. Probably gonna get spotted here. Oh no. Not spotted by the Brisbane. I think the Brisbane's just running torpedo runs. What he's doing. Yeah. I mean, it's logical because he has like 18 torpedoes. You have a pretty good reload time too, and range. Just has to turn around in it. He has no smoke, so I think that's what he's just going to continue doing for a while. Ah, here we go. Ready? That's a soft target. Ooh. I remember we're broadside to the Zumo right now, though. Looks like it's slowing down. Yeah. No matter where you hit the Brisbane, you're gonna do damage. Alright, we need to hit the superstructure on the Azumo. Excellent. Good hit. We can knock this Azumo out, then people won't be afraid to advance. Okay, he's gone. I doubt that Brisbane is going to fire.
Sorry. No can do.
Just gonna continue sending torpedoes. Should be off detect. Yep.
A tutte le unità,
Siluria
segnalo
prua.
la posizione di un
Siluria
bersaglio
dritta.
strategico.
Palla nello scafo, imbarchiamo acqua velocemente.
Pretty sure. So the Brisbane's probably got a commander that has a really quick reload time. That's probably what he's doing it for. Alright, unfortunately, so now I'm spotted.
Caccia in volo.
3 hits there. Oh.
Generatore di fumo avviato.
Lots of shatters, shatters, and shatters. Get ready for this one. Ready?
Rilasciata cortina fumogena.
Should be spotted here. Yeah. Knocking out a gun. Oh, we have an AFK. Okay, that makes sense now.
Corazzata nemica individuata.
It's unfortunate. On the console, you only have 9 players, and when you have 1 AFK, that's pretty much round for you. All it takes is 1 player to really screw up your game. Again, this is kind of wishing where I had the range. Don't have the range. Got a hit on that Montana.
Caccia di ritorno.
It looked like we had an AFK, but I think he woke up or something. Don't know. Well, that's GG's. Let's go ahead and get ourselves knocked out so we can get our stream rares going. All right, Conquer, come on over here. Ruspan's just running torpedoes. That's all he's doing. Staying at range and doing torpedo boating.
Corazzata nemica individuata.
5 hits there. They kind of have a little bit of a float time, don't they?
La battaglia terminerà tra 5 minuti.
Seems they take a little while to get there. Six hits right there.
Allarme incendio!
Yeah, there goes our Yamato,
I nemici stanno per vincere.
who was gone for half most of the map.
Incrociatore nemico individuato.
Caccia in volo.
So you want to take note of where I'm hitting them, right?
Allarme incendio! Problema risolto, signore.
You just spoiled my fun, damn it. Come on, Zhao. Minotaur radar? It's probably the Brisbane, actually. Oh, no, it's the booster.
Caccia torpediniere nemico individuato.
No matter where you hit the Wooster, it's going to be a soft target. The sap round should be able to do damage to him.
La nostra squadra dipende da te.
Depends upon you! Oh yeah, by the way, you can't really angle against a... if the Venezia is running sap rounds, you can't angle against them. You'll just hit your superstructure and your broad. Oh.
Danno critico a torretta principale. Danno critico a torretta
Come on.
principale.
God, I hate the aiming shit on the console sometimes. There's like a delay. Damn it. Alright. Not too much of a fan of the sap rounds, if you haven't noticed. It's very situational on the sap rounds, and you'll probably want to use high explosives, which can be interesting once we switch over to high explosives. How many fires this thing will probably start. Alright, anybody looking for the Lancers, Paladins, or 50 gold? 500 channel points for the 50 gold, 100 for the Lancers or the Paladins. Going once. Sakura Stick, you got it. Paladins, or 50 gold, going twice. Sold. Alright. Skin loyalty chest. Alright, good map to run my barbarian with. Even if it's not the proper target, I think it'd still hit him anyways. Okay. Well, there's 2 rounds there for the Venezia with sap rounds. I'm fairly confident this guy's going to be low experience since he might have been AFK for half the map. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was just sitting in the back or something. It just looked like he was AFK. Alright, well, Gearing did well on this map with no competition, basically. Our destroyer seemed to have bit the bullet or something on that. Don't know what happened, but yeah, GG's. I don't know. I kind of want to do one more round with the sap rounds because both those rounds are kind of... They didn't really demonstrate very well. The only thing I did with those 2 rounds was hit superstructures and battleships with the sap rounds, and I kind of really want to demonstrate, like, soft target sap rounds. I guess I'm going to have to do a training room with it instead. Yeah, what we'll do is if you're in a destroyer and you see Venezia and stuff, if he has sap rounds, you just don't want to get, you don't want to be spotted. So sap rounds will do a significant damage if they do hit all hits. Alright, domination, 2 brothers. This happened on Monday too. I'm seeing more and more of this. Is it the population's getting too low? Is that why? Someone has their PlayStation only turned on, no crossplay. Yeah. So 1 destroyer per side, 1 cruiser, and several battleships. This is not going to be a very good map to try to demonstrate the power of the Venezia. Someone has their crossplay turned off, or multiple people have their crossplay turned off. And, I'm pretty sure they think it's crossplaying with the PC, but it's not. You're just crossplaying with the Xbox players. I think
Alright, I'll go right up the middle, whoever wants to follow me.
Negative.
And lay down some torps. Oh, come on, it's 2 brothers. You always gotta go down the middle. Plus, I'm rolling a Shimakaze. I can fucking nuke anyone that walks in that damn channel.
Everybody always has to do an F-bomb, don't they? You can tell. You can definitely tell he's an American. Yeah.
We've been spotted.
What gives it away? Gee, I wonder.
Forze nemiche all'orizzonte.
Generatore di fumo avviato.
Did not expect the Yamato to be right there. There's another BB here too.
Hello there.
Angelino, hello.
Rilasciata cortina fumogena.
$6.15 over the pond. Only $10.15 here. There's a Montana that hit me.
Critico a torretta principale. Problema risolto, signore.
How's it going there, little destroyer up the middle? Is the Montana in the Yamato divisions?
みんな
No. What Yamato is it? Kali Bear. No, it's
Caccia
not.
di ritorno.
Oh, he came off from the middle. So nothing went up the middle. Like he thought was. He thought something was gonna come up the middle, he didn't. Uh-huh.
Hey, Columbo, I'm coming over there to help you with that Yamato in Montana. Just keep the smoke up. Lure him right in.
Generatore di fumo avviato.
Ho bisogno di aiuto.
Bel lavoro. Rilasciata cortina fumogena.
Alright, can I get a reset on him before he gets the cap?
Caccia in volo.
Avvistata corazzata nemica.
Yeah, you have to make a decision, Montana, which one to fire at, me or the destroyer.
Eat that, Montana.
How about you miss him, huh? 1, 2. Oh, no. Jeez. Alright, Conquer's down. Our destroyer is infatuated with getting one ship while we lost the other flank. Want to know what happened with that flank over there? The destroyer, their destroyer decided to go that way. No one's spot for you there, Shima.
Caccia di ritorno.
There's not much I can do. There's really not much I can do. Montana's probably gonna kill me. Told you.
La squadra nemica
Shima, you're gonna be last alive here pretty soon. I can just effing nuke whatever comes down the middle. Yeah, you certainly can, but then you lost the round, bro. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, not unless the Montana misses, jeez. No, we did get 3 torpedo hits on it, and 1 flooding. The majority of it was basically sap rounds, and again, not much destroyers. Let's try the sap rounds on. You gonna keep firing? Just gonna keep hitting you. Odds are he's probably gonna kill you before he kills you. Killed him. Yep. 19 minutes before our next round. Okay, let's do it again. Let's try it. Let's try another sap round again. I'm determined to get a good round with the sap rounds here somewhere. Hey, PlayStation players, can you make sure to turn on your crossplay? You are not playing against PC players. You're playing against console players. When you have your crossplay turned off, you're restricting yourself to only PlayStation players. We're gonna hold off on the divs there, Hoagie, for now. Appreciate it. I'm not necessarily looking for wins here. We're trying to demonstrate the ship. Just had an AI ram you. Time to switch back over. Oh. Crash Zone Alpha. Alright, this is a little better. 3 destroyers this time. Lots of Takahachis, probably trying to do their missions, and lots of cruisers. Colbert and Des Moines, and not very many big guns this time. Jungmu might have a radar. Des Moines definitely has a radar. But for the most part, Montana is the only really big ship that can do significant damage to me, other than Marbles. HEs.
La battaglia comincia.
To be honest, I usually never win those rounds when they're the PlayStation only.
All forces, provide cover for that target.
I usually never win those rounds. Oh, are we abandoning this flank? I'm gonna put myself all the way up here in the corner then, if that's gonna be the case.
Mi serve supporto. Negative.
Oh.
Нас засекли.
Союзник, требуется твоя поддержка.
Acknowledged.
Siluri a prua. Caccia in volo.
Forze nemiche all'orizzonte.
We've been spotted. Союзники, передаю координаты важной цели. Желаю всем удачи.
Rilasciata cortina fumogena.
Reporting the position of a strategic
Not gonna be able to get this cat.
Siluri dritti di poppa.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Should be out of range. From the Des Moines, at least.
Caccia di ritorno.
Requesting support. Kazuna. Назад. Все назад.
10,000 off that on the Montana. Come on, Montana, fire.
Avvistato incrociatore nemico.
Looks like the Des Moines is getting a little closer.
Caccia in volo.
Gotta get closer, Des Moines. Something in smoke. Five penetrations on the superstructure on the Montana. I think he's damage saturated. Just not able to get any more damage on him. Yeah. I'm from Montana, so I had to get the ship, but so disappointing. Yeah, I think the Montana's superstructure is damage saturated. You can't get very much more damage out of the top part anymore. So maybe actual stern hits with the sap rounds might be better at this point. Bow, I mean. So if we could hit the bow. Hey, Rogue Buccaneer. Alright, so Smollen's up here now. We can take on the Des Moines now that the Montana's out of the question.
Caccia di ritorno.
So the Des Moines, other than the bow, kind of has a kind of squishy ship. So we should be able to hit him.
Allarme incendio.
His reload time though might catch me. Unless he tries to go AP rounds.
Generatore di fumo avviato.
Dirty trick on Des Moines.
Problema risolto, signore.
Come on.
Caccia in volo.
La nostra squadra è in vantaggio.
There's a ship on my right, I think.
Rilasciata cortina fumogena.
If he's gonna still use HEs. Oh. Ooh. Can I get that broadside hit? Can I get the broadside hit even with sap rounds? Oh. Nope. He bobbed. He totally bobbed. Darn it. Alright, still got this destroyer spotting me somewhere out here.
Siluria a babordo.
Still doing the hits though, actually. course, no fires. He's going forward now, I think. Who's this? Ibuki? Hey, Rogue Buccaneer. Morning to you. Decent hits there. 4 on superstructure. Any damage controlled.
Cacciatorpediniere nemico individuato.
Yes, please stay spotted. A little late behind on that one. Damn. I don't know why it's taking so long to guys to hit that Des Moines. Okay, there we go. Des Moines down. Let's hope the Ibuki has a sonar running. Be nice to see. Oh, the one other destroyer is dead. I don't know where he was at.
Caccia in volo.
La battaglia terminerà tra 5 minuti.
This is the Colbert.
All stations reporting the position of a strategic target.
Yeah, I hope you have a sonar running. Ooh. We'll probably go forward. Hey, Subaru Mom. That was a good hit. That was 8 sap rounds.
Subaru cheered 25.
Subaru Mom, thank you for the 25 bits. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Exclamation mark hump day in chat. Thank you for the 25 bits. Morning.
La nostra vittoria è vicina. Hump Day! Yeah!
Alright, still have that destroyer around. And we have one last cruiser, which is the Takahashi somewhere. This is a pretty decent round to demonstrate sap rounds. And did you notice where I'm still aiming at is the superstructures, even on the cruisers. Sometimes the cruiser's armors can still be enough to the side that you're not going to get penetration hits with sap rounds. But I think with the Venezia, it's just the sheer amount of them.
Smallin, spot the destroyer. Spot. Holy shit, this idiot.
Hey, Gar! Someone had to finally get on comms to tell the small one what to do.
Siluria babordo.
Happy hump day there, Gar. Way out here.
We've been spotted. The enemy knows our icy intent.
There we go. 2 hits on that destroyer. See if we can get some more. There we go. 26-26. Looks like torpedoes are probably gonna get them. Yep. A lot of excitement going on. Sadly, I'll leave it at that. Oh. Okay, gotcha, Gar. Did I hear streamers is ready? All right, so that's sap rounds. I kind of want to go with a little bit of a range mod to really be effective, but with sap rounds, the thing is that when you start going really far with sap rounds, even though they will still do damage, they still won't seem like they do damage, but they do. It's just kind of hard. So the Alaska had almost a Kraken. So that's one big difference on the console than the PC. You can actually take your Venezia and you can actually do high explosives with it instead of sap rounds, which is quite different. So we're going to uninstall it this time. So thank you again for the, what was it, 450 hits or something like that for the Admiral Backing, I think it was. Yeah. Okay, so now it's just the top 4 experience earners now, and then I'll be done with the Admiral Backing trial missions. Okay, then let's go ahead and see what these will do with HEs this time. So high explosives is 2,900, and the reload time drops down to 15 seconds, by the way. So 15% chance of fires and still 16k range. I didn't do much for the AP rounds, to be honest. Really wasn't close enough to really utilize the AP rounds. There was a few times where the cruisers got kind of close, but then it was just like I just biffed the aiming on it and wasn't able to get hits on it. Or maybe I was trying to get the sap rounds loaded instead. So, is there a commander container in here? There is. Let's get this one open first. Condo, good. And let's go ahead and open up all the other containers. I see a new promo, TP, Sorogi on PC. Yeah, so you need to be a top experience earner for like a couple of days or something. So just take a look at it. So per region, whoever earns the most experience, basically a all rounds, so both asymmetric, standard, ranked, co-op. Whoever has the most experience over a certain amount of time will likely win themselves a Sarugi. Did you read the information about it? So yes, Sarugi. So it goes from May 7th, or May 1st through May 7th, which is what, 1 week? Yep. So this whole week, you have to get as much experience as possible from tier 5 through 10. Just so basically what I'm gonna tell you right now is grind.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Load up your best experience ships and go into regular matches and grind. And then just pray that you're one of the top 5. Otherwise, the top 20 or 6 through 20 will get a 30% discount off the Sarugi. And the 21 through 50 will get a 15% discount. Otherwise, everybody else will get Samurai's Pride. I tell you right now, there are people on that have no lives. Maybe they are retired and they play ships after ships after ships. Maybe they might be suffering from cancer or something, and they realize that they don't have any will to continue doing whatever activities, so they're just, playing warships as much as they can. Some people have done this. I know someone that has terminal and cancer and played ships all day long and all day and every day, and eventually the cancer catches up to them, and that was it. So there are going to be people that are going to out-experience you, for sure, because all they do is play ships all day.
Get off my lawn.
Is it rigged? Absolutely. Rigged to those that have no lives. Alright, here we go with the Stream Raiders. Sorry to be so negative on it, but it is true. Alright, I've got a 200 gold. I got 2 of them. I also have monks and gladiators for 100 channel points. Anybody looking for 200 gold? Or monks and gladiators? Sakuras, you want the monk? You got it. Anybody else looking for more monks or gladiators? 200 gold. 2,000 channel points for the 200 gold. Nobody wants gold. Yeah, basically they are looking at the most experience earned, base experience by the way, not the regular experience. I think it's base experience. Most base experience earned in a week on the server. And it does not matter what type of gameplay that you do. But other than that, the top 5 persons that have got the most base experience for that whole week, despite what game mode it is, will get themselves a Tsurugi. And just like marbles, I know there's people that are up 12 hours a day, maybe even 16 hours a day, playing ships. And trust me, they're there. They're out there. It's a tough one to try to get the top experience earner on that, or top base experiences on that top 5. I realize it's a tier 9 premium ship. You know, it's like worth $100. They're not going to give 100 people a $100 ship. They're going to limit it. They're going to make you earn it. Of course they are. Okay, so back to Venezia. So I am starting to realize that 16k just doesn't seem to be long enough sometimes. And I'm missing one crucial skill that I really like in cruisers. I don't have it right now. Oh, we can actually go back to HEs. Cruiser's main sap shells damage plus 4% incoming damage. Oh. I could have used Luigi Cincinnati to have 4% more damage to sap rounds. Didn't think about that. Well, that also means I'd have to do this instead. And on range. Wait a minute. Should I have been using Luigi Cincinnati in the first place? Just did brawls in your Iowa. Didn't know it was all secondaries. Yep. Didn't read it, did you? Didn't read it. Artillery disabled on the right. It only takes usually one round in the Iowa to figure it out. You're probably not going to take the Iowa one anymore. Everybody on Reddit's like, stop bringing in Iowas. They don't have secondaries. And Alabamas and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, if you have an Atlantico or German secondary boat or a Georgia, you're going to do fine in that mode. Atlantico City, basically, is what this mode is. Didn't read it. Did ya? Okay, so the reason why I was using Francesco Membelli right now was because of the reload time. So I'm thinking that I probably should have gone with Luigi Cincinnati, and I don't think I can upgrade him anymore now, right? Oh wait, I can. Oh. Yes, please. And yes, please. What does that do, though? So incoming damage for cruisers, negative 5.4. Cruisers main shell grouping and turn traverse speed. We're going to change these out. Who's my Francesco Membelli? It's Charles Madden and Ding Rushang. Let's go back over here. We're going to change out Norman Scott to Charles Madden. English, right? Oh, it's already Charles Madden. Wait. No, we need to keep him. We need Norman Scott. No, I have Norman Scott for shell grouping. Charles Madden's already on, so I need to change out Norman Scott. I gotta flip it around, that's why. And I need to do Ching, Ding, Dong, Ching, whatever. Ching something. Ding Rushang, this guy. Gunslinger. We're gonna boost this adaptation. Okay. I am on high explosives now, though. Wonder if I should switch back. Because that 10% increase range is quite nice, actually. Shells, fires. We won't need this as much. We don't need this sap rounds because we don't have sap rounds turned on, so we'll keep that. Never mind. AP shells multiplier. Fixated shell grouping, main battery dispersion, and then refill station. Let's go back to the consumable recharges. This one, I know. Reload time. Alright, so what does this do? Brings our reload time down to 15.8 kilometers. Sorry, kilometers, 15.8 seconds, and we have now 1.6 kilometer additional range. I think I just set myself up a Zao. An Italian Zao just now. Did I not? Oh, better concealment too, 10.6k. A little slower. And then a little bit further range, not much on the survivability. Okay, give this a try. So now we're going HEs with range. With a little bit of tankiness, I guess. Shell damage. Increase. Oh, what's that? So we go from 15 to 18% chance of fire. Let's give it a try. So we got a little bit of range. We switched to high explosives. We have a little bit better concealment. What was the negative drawbacks of what I just did, though? Reload time, I think it was? No, we had better reload time. Membelli. Oh, yeah, that's right. Membelli did have a better reload time. If we went back to HEs. Okay. Midway this time around, and a couple of Vermont and Minotaurs and Schroeders. Oh, let's see a Z52. Or Johann de Moyes.
La battaglia comincia.
I think I actually use high explosives in all my Italian ships. When I have the opportunity to. It's just the meta. Sometimes are just a joke. You can't swap them out on the PC. You're stuck with them.
Forze nemiche all'orizzonte. Avvistata corazzata nemica. Avvistato incrociatore nemico.
It took a little while to arrive, but they did. Okay. What do you got, Minnesota? Oh, never mind, I'm not spotted anymore. Ooh, our first fire. Any damage control did. And he's on fire again. Hello, Chris. Hello, Chris. Happy Wednesday.
Generatore di fumo avviato.
7077 Alley, hello. Hello, Alley. First day of May, true.
Caccia di ritorno.
Darkwing 290, hello there. See if we catch this car on fire. A lot of incapacitations. Got will to rebuild there, Carl Johan. E- 18% chance of fire doesn't really feel like 18%, does it? Something's got me spotted other than the Des Moines, I think. Probably gonna get hit by that Minnesota here in a moment. Everybody thinks I'm going forward. It's kind of funny. Fire on that Des Moines. Time for the Minnesota. I met you yesterday, remember, on PG streams? Yes, hello there.
Caccia in volo.
Oh yeah, also thank you for the follow from yesterday too. Appreciate it. We have the Venezia. I did about 5 rounds with sap rounds, and I was not really thrilled. So this is the first round with high explosives and a captain change. That Des Moines is really trying, man. Ooh. We got another fire on the Minnesota. Oh, I just took a nasty hit from somebody. I don't know who. Oh, we're gonna switch over to the Carl Johan now. I wasn't thrilled with sap rounds. It can do some decent amount of damage to lightly armored targets and superstructures, but once the superstructure on battleships is burned out, oh. So sap rounds would have been nice right here against the Z-52, but unfortunately I just don't have that available at the moment. Not saying the HEs are not going to do well either. They just did well. 8 fires so far. I found a stupid hack in Brawl. Go against the borders and the other ship's secondaries can't hit you. Pretty lame. Really? So the other ship's secondaries don't fire at you while you're border hugging? That certainly sounds like a bug. Is Des Moines still alive? Resilient Des Moines, man.
All stations requesting fire support.
Oh, okay. So they... Remember, the shell travel time takes a little while. So they're not necessarily firing over you. It's just the shells that have been fired before you hit the wall are still trying to travel to that area. Give it like another 15 seconds or so, and I guarantee the secondaries will start hitting you again. PG just rage quit. Here's the shooter. I'm not gonna let you do your secondary magic on me. No, 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 no. Fire on you, shooter. 7 kilometers is my detect if I fire within smoke, FYI.
Rilasciata cortina fumogena.
Like a good hit there. He just damage control, I think, so let's see if we can get a fire on him. Oh. Wow. So, flooding and a fire now on the shooter. Oof. So that's Soyuz. Could be good. Okay. Last 3. So far, I am liking the high explosives with the range. Not gonna lie. You know, Venezia is a cruiser, so she does suffer the same, you know, squishy cruiser fate as a lot of other ships. My previous commander that I was using is a little more maneuverable, meaning I can feel the difference in the either pick up and go or maneuvering for the previous commander. But that little bit additional range allows me to stay out of combat. So I'm actually digging the high explosive part instead of the sap rounds for the Venezia. I may have just basically created myself of a Zao, a Italian Zao.
All forces, capture that area.
I mean, that is pretty interesting if the secondaries think you're continuing to go forward and stuff. It might be some type of mechanic in there too that could be firing over you, but I think it's just a kind of a delay. I think the secondaries will eventually catch up, and then they'll get to your position on the line. Midway. Not moving. Let's see what we can do with AP rounds from this range on a midway. Never mind, he's moving. Wow. Those seem to be a lot more accurate and kind of faster. Did you play the Fabrizio already? No, I have not. Fabrizio? Do you stand and stream? No. I sit on my butt. Which has been hurting lately. My chair is friggin' worn the hell out. I've had it for like 7 years, so it's on its way out. Why? Does it look like I have something like behind me that I think I would be standing? Or just curious?
Generatore di fumo avviato. Caccia in volo. All'avvenimento.
This is where sap rounds could probably do well against the midway. But I'm still using high explosives. I'm gonna head out, man. Alright, Allie. You and PG stream the same time? I don't. Maybe?
La nostra vittoria è vicina.
Not in the last couple of months. I catch them every once in a while at stream at the same time, but not every day. I'm here almost every day. Got her yesterday for 750 doubloons. Curious how she plays. Do you have a Gascon or a Republic? You have a Gascon or a Republic? Essentially, it's a cruiser version of that. Because it's has quadruple turrets, but there are just 2 of them. Alright, not gonna lie, I actually enjoyed that round. I was not pressured. I was not ran down by destroyers. I lit everything on fire for at range quite a bit. In fact, I had 11 fires on 206 shell hits. I did significantly better damage this round than I've done than probably combined of all the other sap rounds. So the sap rounds, they will do raw damage to a ship, be a superstructure or the bow or stern. But when it comes down to it, I think the fires are still a better option. Like I said, I'm just not a big fan of the sap rounds on the console. I just feel like they're kind of meh. Oh, if you have a grasp speed, then it performs the same as a grasp speed then. Just more guns. So play it like a grasp speed then with I think no hit point repair with it. 10k on a Rook. Yeah, as long as the superstructure on the Rook is not burned out or damage saturated, The first initial hit with the sap rounds will do significant damage to the superstructure, but once that superstructure is damage saturated, it's going to be hard for you to get damage with sap rounds anymore. You have to hit the other parts of the ship, like the stern or the bow. I think I've mentioned before what damage saturation is. Usually, a lot of times when you're looking at a ship, if it looks really black, like the top part's really black, that means it's been pretty much the damage you can get out of that part of the ship is gone. And whatever you're going to hit from there on is going to be very low damage. And what that does is that each ship has like a baseline damage, right? And each ship has modules like the stern, superstructure, and bow. And if you do 3,000 damage to the bow, you also do 3,000 damage to the base. If you do 3,000 damage to the stern, you also do 3,000 to the base, to a point. Once you max out the stern, bow, or superstructure, you are no longer doing damage to the overall. Well, you are, but at a significantly reduced rate. Like, I think it's like 10% or something. So overall, if you do damage to all those other modules, parts of the ship, you'll significantly do a huge amount of damage to the overall ship. But once those parts are pretty much burned out or saturated, you are no longer doing overall damage to the ship. Very similar to how like a AP overpin. So when you overpin, you do only 10% of the maximum damage that AP round does, because it didn't actually detonate in the ship. It just went through it, but it still does damage. Like there, I just did 5 overpins to the superstructure, likely, and 2 regular pins. So the AP rounds will still do damage to the ship, but only at 10% of their maximum damage they can do. So same thing happens when ships, and when you throw HEs at them all freaking day long, and the next thing you know, you're not getting as much damage anymore when you're hitting them with HEs. It's because that part of the ship is saturated. No longer get damage out of that part of the ship anymore. Whoa, whoa, what's that slag? Hey, Columbo, you missed. So since sap rounds do raw damage to superstructures, bow, and stern, you will find out that you will saturate that part of the ship much faster with sap rounds than with high explosives. Since the high explosives don't usually do that much damage, they usually have fire chance and such like that. Sap rounds will do almost the same damage as an AP round. So with that in mind, the more you hit a superstructure with sap rounds, the more you're going to basically saturate it faster. So I ran into that problem a couple rounds ago with the Montana. Remember, I was shooting the Montana from maximum range of sap rounds. I was doing a little bit of damage here, there, chipping away. And the next thing you know, I was hitting the superstructure, but I was no longer damaging it anymore. That's because superstructure got saturated. So I was registering hits, but not doing much damage at all to it. That's one thing the PC and the console really do different. Is at least the PC, you can see the numbers come off of the ship on how much actual damage you did on the shell velocity, or not shell velocity, but the shell hits and stuff. Here on the console, they just give you an indicator that you hit. Doesn't really necessarily tell you like how much came off of that salvo, other than the top right corner. That's also a thing too. Some people have noticed that they will fire around into like a turret or a module on the ship you will see damage come off. You will register damage up at the top right corner, but the hit points didn't change from the ship. That's because you took off damage from a turret or a module that is not attached to the overall ship. So that's a very common thing to see, and people get really confused. Like, hey, I hit the ship, I got a register hit, I saw a number come up, I saw the damage go up in my top right corner, but the hit points are still the same for the ship. But that's because you did damage to like a turret. And if that turret continues to get more and more damage, it'll eventually get knocked out completely.
Caccia in volo.
Torpedo tubes have similar hit points. So torpedo tubes have a certain amount of hit points, and once they are hit so many times, they will eventually just get knocked out permanently. The thing is, you don't really know how much those have hit points unless you use a mod.
Critico al motore. Problema risolto, signore.
Has anybody else ran into that before? Super confused of like, I did damage to a ship, but the hit points didn't change on the enemy ship, but I got damaged somewhere. It's one of your shells probably penetrated a turret and exploded in the turret, and then it didn't completely knock out the turret, but it just lowered its health. Ooh. Do I want to fire at a Columbo this early when I'm broadside to it? Just assume that I sucked at a shooter. That's you'd be surprised. There are a lot of players, both the console and the PC, that are really bad shots. They don't determine the way the ship is going. There was a nice little video from a previous community contributor, a YouTube video demonstrating that if you only went half speed or quarter speed forward, there was like 80% to 90% of the players would miss their shot because everybody thinks that you're going full speed when they're firing at you or stopped, so they would land short or they'd land forward in front of you. Yeah, 90% of players would probably miss that shot, but someone like me or so will kind of determine after maybe one or two shots, like, oh, he's going like partial speed. And then that person will adjust their little aiming, and then they'll hit the target if they continue to do that behavior. I call it throttle jocking when they go like forward a little bit, start reversing forward a little bit, and reversing forward a little bit, and reversing. There are some ships that do that really well. Usually British cruisers. They have a takeoff speed that's really fast, but then their slow down speed is really slow. So it can really confuse the heck out of an enemy firing because you think he's going like full speed forward and then they just hit the brakes. Or maybe they are going reverse and then they just jump forward real quick. It's a tactic. It's a viable tactic. What you're banking on is that the human player is thinking that you're going one direction or the other. And it works. Most players will be fooled. However, on the PC version, there is a mod. That's called a stoplight mod. And the mod will tell you if they are going full speed forward by a green light, if they are going partial speed, a yellow light, if they are fully stopped, red light. Or no, I think it's reverses red light. No lights at all, I think it's fully stopped. You think that might be kind of cheating and stuff, but it's an official mod. It's available.
Generatore di fumo avviato.
My secondaries are shooting. It's funny. I got a fire on you. You gonna fire? Expose your position? Another fire on you. You're just damage controlled too, Columbo. There's another tactic in the game too, if you're really observant. If you start a fire on a ship and that fire goes out almost immediately, that player damage conned. They damage controlled. And if you, that damage control is only going to last so long, right? So once their damage control comes down, they're on cooldown time. Once the damage control comes down, you can start another fire on that ship, and that fire will have to run its course. Effectively, what we call a permafire. So that fire will last its full course because his damage control is no longer available. So the honorary, I just lit him on fire. And the other thing too is that sometimes if you get a torpedo hit, and that torpedo hit causes a flood, if you're no longer getting damage from that flood, that means you damage controlled as well. And the same thing here. If you damage control the flooding, if you get a fire on them, that would be permanent. So this is sometimes when we're running divisions with like a carrier or so, when he drops bombs or when he drops torpedoes and that causes a fire or flooding. And when that carrier is no longer getting any more damage from that armament, basically he damage gone. If you relay that to your friends, they can switch to that target, use high explosives, and get another fire on them, effectively making it permanent. That is a strat. This is also why you should really never damage control one fire. So if you have one fire raging on your ship, you generally probably want to let it run its course, because if you damage control and you get lit on fire again, that second fire is going to last significantly longer. So good players are banking on you to hit the damage control on a single fire. Good players will not damage control the first fire until they get the second or third, pretty much when they have no choice. Now there is a skill in the console that you can do what's called fight fire with fire. And it basically, when you hit a certain amount of fires going at once, it automatically extinguishes it for you. It's kind of cool and all, but that really requires that you have to get a bunch of fires on your ship. Not a lot of people like to be set on fire and let it roll for a while, you know?
Feel the burn!
Fire! 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 Fire!
So you'll see me do that a lot. I'll be in a BB, and if I'm in the middle of combat and I'm getting shells from left and right and I get lit on fire once, it's like, okay. Bob and weave, bob and weave, bob and weave, set on fire twice, it's okay. Alright, I'm still getting shot at, so it's probably potential for another fire, and once I hit 3 fires, it's like, okay. But if I get lit on fire and I know I'm in cover, like I'm behind islands and stuff like that, and I'm not gonna receive any more shell fires, I'll damage control one fire. Easy. If I know there's no other additional shells coming. Because then after that point, you're basically taking unnecessary damage with the fire when you're not gonna get lit on fire again. Yeah, we're not gonna win this match. I'm just gonna do as much as I can to be the top experience earner now. Top 4. See? Yamato damage controlled a single fire. Yeah, if I can get him on fire again, it will be permanent for a while. But there are ships to my left, and there's ships firing behind me. So likely I'm not gonna get that chance. I don't have much hit points left, so this is gonna be pretty much a death from the Yamato. Oh, or not. Come on, come on, come on. I gave the honorary a Kraken. Nice job, honorary. Couldn't get another fire on that Yamato, unfortunately.
nemici stanno per vincere.
Still 8 fires though. Captain Bang. Who's the honorary? Just AOS. Oh, you kept yourself in the battle a little longer, Captain Bang, but it's no use here. You're out of time. Always out of time on the console, man. Always out of time on the console. I think probably 75% of the matches in Legends and Legendary tier are probably time ran out. I think they should probably increase the time. How many matches have you had where, like, if you just had a little bit more time, that you would probably do better, probably win the match, or have a different outcome if you had 5 more seconds? Plenty of times for me. 5 more seconds, we could have been on a cap and probably would have been able to get the win, yada yada. Trying to get a fire on the Yamato. I could have turned my turrets and used AP rounds on the honorary, or used my torpedoes, but like I said, I was trying to get up another fire going on that Yamato. It didn't happen. Alright, capture the base. So a single base this time and not a multiple base. I think we've only won 1 round with the Venezia. I think we were on a 4-loss streak, I think, with it. This one seems a little bit better. Have a lot of tier 8s, a couple of legendaries, and Daring and Kitakazi. We'll have to make sure to keep note of where those 2 destroyers are at, because on a map like this, it's easy to get your capture point get robbed.
Tutti ai posti di combattimento.
I've done it plenty of times where I take my destroyer through the middle. No one's covering the middle, and then I just sit on their cap for a little while. Make them all panic. Sometimes I've actually taken the cap while everybody's busy on the outsides. Alright. Who are you? It's funny how I see other players do tactics as soon as they see it, like on another, like a stream or somebody else do it. As soon as the cruisers get shot at and stuff, you'll see them turn around. Or immediately turn around from the match start to start reversing away. He's still on my flank, meaning that if I turn right, he's still gonna run into me. Well, there's the Kitakazi. And there's the Daring. Okay, so both destroyers are in the middle.
A tutte le unità, concentrare il fuoco sul bersaglio.
And I think they have left their flank wide open over here on the right.
Nice work.
Yeah, I'm looking at the mini-map up here, and
Concentrate fire on the
someone's got that Daring on radar, I think.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
I wonder if I'll get spotted if I fire here to whatever might be something in front of me. Nope, got away with it. His engine's out or something. Oh my gosh. He's dead.
Bel lavoro.
Oof. I don't know. Not gonna lie. I think I kind of like the Venezia over the Zao, only because of its ability to really smoke up and either retreat or do different tactics than the Zao does. Even if the Venezia and the Zao can both, you know, use high explosive rounds.
Generatore di fumo avviato.
Let's start another fire on that Marco Polo in the back. Oh, he damage controlled. Okay. So what was I mentioning about if a ship gets lit on fire and then that fire goes out? So he had damage control. Right here, the Marco Polo. And now he's trying to smoke up. Damn. Sorry, dude, you can't borrow my smoke anymore. Alright, I need to focus on this Marco Polo. This looks like it's on fire again. And they are moving forward. I was gonna say, if you want me to play the Italian cruiser, I guess I could. Uh-oh. Alright, let's see if we can get off detect. What is it, 10 kilometers, 10.8 kilometers, I think it was. So I can get turned around.
La nostra squadra è in vantaggio.
Yeah. These guys now have an island coming in front of me, so I need to turn. That's what they were banking on. I know, Republic. I know you were banking on me turning in, showing broadside because of the island. Who was asking about it? Chris? Right? Chris, are you still here? Watching? If Chris is still here watching, I'll load up the Ferruccio. I'll load it up next if you like. It's a ship I haven't got to yet from the patch as well, so. Yeah, this round is not going too well for the enemy team.
La nostra vittoria è vicina.
It's probably gonna be a really low damage round for me. Kind of special to play. And oof.
Caccia in volo. A tutte le unità, richiedo fuoco di supporto.
Schroeder's kind of going fast. I'm not compensating enough. The shells do have a little bit of flight time on them. Oh, wow.
Fire! 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 Fire!
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys would like me to play the Venezia again in the future, I have it for another 2 weeks. A week and a half now. So I have it for the remaining of this week and then the next week as well. So even if you're watching and you want me to play the Venezia again, check it out. So, yeah, that's a problem. 208,000 repair costs. Ouch. Only gained, what is it? 83,000 plus 42, so only 125,000 points on that. That's because I didn't do too well, actually. Yeah. Yeah, I figured I wasn't gonna do too well in that round. My team carried my butt on that one. Not gonna lie. All right, later, Starship Coopers. Thanks for watching this morning. I got something completed. So which one am I on now for Weekly Havoc? Still the top, right? Yeah. Still need to be a top 3 experience earner in your team and 2 more matches in regular. So Ferruccio looks very much like either Garizia or an Abruzzi. Where's the Abruzzi? Yeah, very similar to the Abruzzi, except for not quadruple turrets, only double turret. Let's take a look at her then. So, high explosives and sap rounds? No AP rounds? Can that be changed? It cannot be changed. Ooh. So you only have high explosives and sap rounds, no AP rounds. Although the specification for it are 152s. So they are 152mm cannons by 2x4s. Decent secondaries too, by the way. 13,900. 36.5, 10.1 concealment. It does have an exhaust smoke generator too. Okay. Let's go ahead and give her concealment. Let's give her steering gears modification for a bit of maneuverability. And then aiming systems modification. So that gives it down to 11 seconds on the main battery. Concealment down to 9.1, 5.3 seconds on the maneuverability. Turns can rotate 360. Good torpedo concealment gives enemies less time to react to incoming threats. Equipped can be equipped with equipped with sap shells that deal consistent damage, ricochet less, and can't start fires. Long-range light cruiser, really? Italian Navy operations in the Indian Ocean. So it has a historic reference. This will definitely change once you put a commander in it too, depending on what you want to do. So I can use my current commander that I was using, which will be for increased range, fire starting chance. This doesn't have AP rounds though anymore. So we'll have to go with cruiser's main gun sap damage. And less incoming damage for the ship. Shell grouping, main dispersion, and fully packed. However, It does not have a hit point repairs, so I'd actually rather go with refill station then. If we can drop off the reload time for the main battery, 9.8 seconds for 152s. I'll take it. Let's put our new koi ships on, our koi ones. Here we are. Hey, Rogue Buccaneer.
Incoming raid from Rogue Buccaneer with 10 raiders. Welcome aboard.
Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, Rogue Buccaneer. Thank you. Thank you for the raid. How was your rounds there, Rogue? Yeah, at first glance, a lot of times that little emote that you bring up with the fire almost looks like you're flipping off. Because I don't see the other part of the finger. It almost looks like a flipping off from a distance. Rogue Buccaneer, thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. My name is Highfire, community contributor for World of Warships Legends. Welcome aboard, everybody. Thank you again, Rogue Buccaneer, for the raid. Happy Hump Day. You're almost done with the Furious. Cool. We're about to load up the Furosio. It's a special cruiser with quadruple turrets there, or quadruple guns and double turret. Very similar design to like a Grafspee or a Gascon. It's a very light cruiser though, so you still have to be very wary about your surroundings. Thank you for the raid. Hope your rounds went well. Estuary. So no AP rounds for this, only sap rounds and high explosives. So you're either going to be a fire starting monster, or if anything gets close in range, it might be like light ship. You got to make sure to aim in the right direction. Ew. Put me into a tier 7 match. Well, actually, wait. Is there a fail div? Someone brought a California and a Dunkirk in with a Miyoko. Sorry, bro. I don't want to listen to your TV. Someone brought in a California and a Dunkirk, both tier 5s with the tier 6, and they got up tier to tier 7s. Oof. Oh, is our stream mirrors ready? I think our stream mirrors have been ready for a little while, hasn't it? Shit. Here, I'm gonna run stream mirrors in the background. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna let it run. Had some awesome rounds, actually. Good teammates. Nice. A little lack in the range, aren't I?
I'm in danger.
Avvistata corazzata nemica.
Oof. Jaeger just die? Let me do a quick little round on the stream mirrors. Is this 50 gold? Anybody need 50 gold? I got 350 golds up here. Make it quick. 350 golds for stream raiders and 100 for flying rogues. Anybody looking for some gold on stream raiders? Magalyn, you got it. Gonna go for breakfast. All right. Thanks, Rogue, again for the raid. I'm gonna go ahead and randomize the rest so we can get our next battle going. Hello to chests. I think I have another mission for a barbarian, so let's get her done right here. Okay. Let's get back to warships. Now I can pay attention here.
Avvistata
Out
corazzata
of
nemica.
range. I actually did hit that New Orleans. If the Dunkirk B and the California would move forward, we would have some good hits on it. You bought out the Wisconsin, huh? Is it because of the missions being too lengthy, or just because you wanted the ship? Got a fire on the Dunkirk. Both, you wanted it, and the missions take a long time. Understandable.
Cacciatorpediniere nemico individuato.
So the California damage controlled.
Avvistato incrociatore nemico.
Oh, so we have a choke off. I'm in spotting range of the choke off now.
Generatore di fumo avviato. Caccia in volo.
Got another fire on the California. Ooh.
Rilasciata cortina fumogena.
Hey, Trapper. Permission
Hello there.
granted. Welcome aboard, Trapper. Let's see, which one is damage controlled? California was already on fire. Switch over to AP round, see if we can hit this Ostergotland. Uh-oh.
Corazzata nemica individuata.
There we go. There's your sap rounds doing damage. And we're back over to the burning fire. Something's still burning. I think it's the Dunkirk. It's still burning. I'm going for the Cleaver, and boy, is it gonna suck being spotted the entire time. Oh yeah.
Eseguo.
頑張ったね。よくやった。みんな、あの目標に集中攻撃しちゃおう。
Caccia in volo.
Oh, okay. I think that might have been one of the battleships that hit me. Oh, mono. Ouch.
Danno critico al motore.
しちゃおう。
Yeah, yeah. Can you stop just telling the fire and actually hit something there, Sashio? There's something on our cap
Rilasciata
up there
cortina
too.
fumogena.
Well, the failed div wins, it looks like. They're bringing a California Dunkirk getting up tiered into tier 7s apparently wins matches. Who would have thought? Yeah, Amano's dead.
La squadra nemica è in vantaggio.
Tolan's been sitting behind an island the whole time, it seems like.
Avvistato incrociatore nemico.
Jeez. I'm freaking Sashio, man.
頑張ったね。よくやったよくやった。
Could he have, like, you know, shot torpedoes and hit something?
Ricevuto.
Siluria prua. Siluria a bordo. Problema risolto, signore.
Yeah!
Miniere nemico.
That's the sap round power right there. Sap rounds. Get sapped.
Posizionare una cortina fumogena.
Bel lavoro. Molte grazie.
頑張ったね。よくやったよくやった。
Gotta do some spotting though for me, man.
I nemici stanno per vincere.
みんな、助けて助けて。
Eseguo.
Oh no! I don't have spot. I can't. He's on behind island, dude. Oh man! Oh, it still got him. Oh yeah!
Headshot. Feel the burn.
Oh boy! If the Asashi was able to get like torpedoes, that would be great. But he only has a minute and a half. This game's over. Oh man. You love the SAP rounds and your Christopher Colombo taking 43,000 off of GK. Yeah. Not the best SAP cruiser, to be honest. Yeah, it's not. Trapper, permission granted. Welcome aboard, Trapper. This is just the other ship that's available on the console for like rewards, reward points and such. 16 resets us this time around. Definitely the top 3, even on the loss. Pretty confident this is gonna be a top 3, even on the loss, for sure. But like I said, see someone took a tier 8 or tier 6, sorry, tier 6 with the two tier 5s, and they got up tier to tier 7s. And I think our team overcompensates for that, and they got to win. Just goes to show, failed divs get wins. I don't know how, but they do. Whenever we bring a failed div in, we get losses, but hey. Yeah, top 4. In fact, top 1. All right. I'll try one more with this ship. It is a difficult ship to play. If you're getting wrecked with it, you're not wrong. It is a light cruiser. It's a tier 6. It's gonna see commonly tier 8, tier 7 matches. Ew. Taking again, and I got up to tier 7s on this. Yeah, again. Oh, come on. Now we have the failed div. Fuso with the North Carolina. Now we have the failed div. Ah.
Ufficiali pronti.
Italian heavy cruiser win? I don't know. There was a French heavy cruiser. Cruiser line. It's possible. Venezia with 18-inch guns? Ooh.
Forze nemiche all'orizzonte. Hang in there. Help is on the way.
À tous les bâtiments, concentrez le tir sur la cible.
Generatore di fumo avviato. A tutte le unità, richiedo fuoco di supporto.
Incrociatore nemico individuato.
Rilasciata cortina fumogena.
All stations concentrate fire on that target. À tous les bâtiments, concentrez le tir sur la cible. Concentrez le tir sur le navire ennemi.
Yeah, I'm in danger. Oh yeah.
Concentrez le tir sur le navire ennemi.
As soon as that North Carolina decides to turn this direction.
Avvistato cacciatorpediniere nemico.
Alright, North Carolina is dead, the one that brought in the Fuso. Oh wow. Nice job, Z23. He snuck right in behind us all. How do you like her? I'm not a fan. I wouldn't spend tokens on it. Never was a fan on the PC for it either. It's like an Italian graph speed without a hit point repair. It's like a Italian graph speed without the hit point repair. It's exactly what it is. It's got a smoke charge. It's cool and all, but as far as the reliability and stuff on it, I mean, it's got high explosives, good reload rate for the 152s and sap rounds, but yeah, I wouldn't spend much on it. This is the C-23. Dang. Finally. Took you long enough, fantastic. Yeah, no, I'm over it. There you go. There's your rounds for the Forusio. If it's free or something like that with tokens and shit, stuff like that, if you're able to do that, go for it. But I wouldn't spend much on it. You kept missing? Is that what it was? So 750. Oh, I see. Wait, no. 750 doubloons, but you're not guaranteed to get it. Gotcha. What are your thoughts on the graph speed? Solid cruiser. Absolutely. Hit point repair, 283s, Scharnhorst guns. Good maneuverability. Torpedoes. Solid ship. Just the reload time could be agitating for people. Okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the Venezia coverage. I'll be back on the console Friday. So I don't know if I'm gonna get the top experience around this one for this one or not, but I think Friday I'm just gonna have to focus on probably getting my Supplies cleared because I think I only had like 3 wins with the Venezia today out of the 7, I think. So 1 more win in the tier 8s and 2 more wins in legendaries and a couple of 6s and 7s, and that'll be the objective for Friday, is to get these cleared off. Now, the reason why I'm saying Friday is because I'm going to be on the PC version tomorrow morning and not the console. Otherwise, though, hope you guys enjoyed the PC, or hoping you guys enjoyed the console coverage. I'm gonna either see who's online to raid out to, or if we're gonna load up words on stream for lunch. Let me check. So Neroko98 has been streaming a lot lately. Mr. Black Wolf, Reflectionist. Yeah, no, we're just gonna go ahead and load up words on stream then. And what's our time on our stream raiders? 8 minutes? Yeah, we'll hold off on the 8 minutes. Okay, cool. Well, that's going to be it for the console version of Warships. Hope you guys enjoyed. And we'll for you guys that are on the YouTubers, thanks again for tuning in on the YouTube. I'll see you guys in about an hour for the PC version of Warships. Thanks again for tuning in. For you guys on Twitch, hang around. Thanks again for watching.